For many young NBA players, their first paycheck from the big league is the most money they've ever seen. In some cases, it can make them millionaires overnight. Some players spend huge amounts of money the second they receive their check, while other players spend their money on pretty ordinary things. You won't believe they bought them. Today, we prepared a list of some of the most interesting purchases made by NBA players after they got their first paycheck. Make sure to stay till the end because some of the things on this list you really don't want to miss. You're not going to believe what Joel Embiid bought with his first paycheck. Welcome back to the Clutch Central channel. Lay back, grab your favorite snacks, and be prepared to hear what happens when NBA players get their first paychecks. Shaquille O'Neal blew through $1 million in 60 minutes. Within hours of signing his first professional contract in 1992, Shaquille O'Neal had already gone on a shopping spree and was down over $1 million. The NBA star's first purchase was a $150,000 Mercedes-Benz. He immediately followed that up with a matching one for his dad and a smaller $100,000 one for his mom. The rest of the money went towards paying off his mom's house and doing what all the homeboys do. Gotta buy rings and diamonds and earrings and this and that, he told Business Insider. O'Neal, who played for 19 seasons before retiring in 2011, later learned how to keep his spending in check. But looking back on that day, he says it was well worth it. Harrison Barnes bought his dream mattress. The first thing I bought was a really nice bed. Harris Barnes of the Dallas Mavericks tells CNBC, "Make it." For me, growing up, having a really nice bed was something that I always wanted. Barnes, who was drafted 7th overall in 2012 and earned a $2.8 million salary as a rookie, did his research before making the purchase. "I definitely tried out every bed in the mattress store. It was like Christmas," he added. "You have the ability and are fortunate enough to be able to choose whatever you want," which was new for me. Usually, whatever store I walked in, I'm buying the cheapest thing possible, if that. So to be able to go into a mattress store and say, I'm going to choose the bed I want to sleep on and choose one of the nicer ones, that was pretty cool. Andre Iguodala headed to Nike Town. Golden State Warriors star Andre Iguodala never planned on making a career out of basketball. "I had no idea I might make it to the NBA," he tells online investing service Wealth Simple. But 2 years after playing college ball at the University of Arizona, he left early for the NBA draft and was selected 9th overall. "I wasn't thinking about all the money, the cars, the jewelry. I'd never seen that before, so I wasn't looking for it," Iguodala says, adding, "I just enjoyed playing basketball." Still, money tends to come with a job like that. His first contract was for 4 years, $9 million. He recalls, "You get an advance over the summer. Just before the draft, you get an advance for trading cards and an advance for a shoe contract. I remember a loan agency floating me until I got the advances. They sent me a check for $25,000. Iguodala, who was 20 at the time, headed straight to Nike Town and bought a whole bunch of pairs of Jordans, he says. "I spent like $2 or $3 grand and it felt like I spent $1 million. I didn't know how to spend money." The rookie also got a few investing books and made sure to position himself around teammates who were really smart with their money in order to establish good habits early on. He says today Iguodala earns an average salary of $16 million and has established himself as a savvy tech investor, investing in stocks like Facebook, Twitter, and Tesla. Thanks to his proximity to Silicon Valley, the Warriors play just across the bay from San Francisco. He has had access to some high-profile investing mentors over the years, including venture capitalists. Damon Stoudamire's big shopping spree. Damon Stoudamire spent 15 seasons in the NBA, playing for the Phoenix Suns, New York Knicks, Dallas Mavericks, and Miami Heat. In 2015, he was the 7th highest paid player in the league, raking in $26.4 million in that year alone. But Stoudamire didn't grow up wealthy. Although his family was stable, they didn't have much. So when he received his first NBA-sized paycheck, he was overwhelmed by the amount. "When I got the first paycheck, I saw all those zeros. It was for like $300,000. I thought, man, this is like the Richie Rich movie. You wake up and now you're rich." Stoudamire was excited and astonished by the money he now had, so he decided to splurge on a few gifts for himself and his family. In addition to getting some new clothes and jewelry, a truck, and a nice apartment, he bought his mom her own house and took his brother shopping. When you see tears in your mother's eyes and the joy in your brother's face, those moments come once in a lifetime, he says. Stoudamire has always worked to help take care of his family. As early as 3rd grade, he spent winters shoveling snow for his neighbors and his summers rising with the sun to help out his father's lawn service company to earn extra cash. The promise of a high income had influenced his decision to skip college and go straight to the NBA. "I wanted to make sure my family was taken care of," he says. Before we continue talking about how much money they spent on their first paychecks, we would like to remind you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and to turn on notifications so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Share your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget that by subscribing, you are helping our channel grow and you are becoming a part of the always growing family. LeBron James went to the amusement park. Basketball star LeBron James is one of the highest paid athletes today with $89 million in career earnings. The majority of his wealth, $53 million, comes from endorsements, including the shoe and apparel giant Nike. James received his first paycheck from Nike in 2003, the year he was drafted #1 overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers. He was 18 at the time. The endorsement check was FedExed to his former PR manager, Chris Dennis's home. After I hand-delivered it to him, LeBron took that multi-million-dollar Nike check, deposited it, and came out with maybe $2,000 in cash. Dennis told ESPN he never spent or indulged in a frivolous manner when the money came. While he banked more than 99% of his first paycheck, he did take his closest friend to an amusement park, Dennis recalled. Klay Thompson's pool table. Klay Thompson remembers the number on his first NBA paycheck, $35,000. It was incredible, he told Maverick Carter on an episode of Uninterrupted's Kneading Dough. It's a fraction of what the basketball star earns today when he signed a 5-year, $190 million contract with the Golden State Warriors in 2019. But at the time, it was more money than I could ever think of, he recalled. The first thing I bought was a pool table. I still have it to this day, said Thompson, who was 21 when he was drafted to the NBA in 2011. The Warriors selected him number 11 overall, and he earned a little over $2 million his first season. His lifestyle didn't change much after transitioning from playing ball in college, where he got a small stipend in 2011 during his junior year from Washington State University, to the big leagues. It's not like that money made me happier, he told Carter. It was great to see that check, but I lived such a great life at the time on my $1,100 a month stipend. That went so far. I could get as much Taco Del Mar as I wanted. I could go to Target and have a field day. Even today, after nearly a decade in the league and having collected 3 NBA championships with the Warriors, I'm pretty simple, Thompson said. My tastes aren't that extravagant. He learns to be intentional about what he buys. An early money mistake he made was filling his closet with unnecessary clothes to keep up with the NBA styles. I would only wear about 5% of the closet. Joel Embiid's video game collection. Joel Embiid has no problem telling it how it is, whether it's about his feelings on an opposing player or just answering the most basic question from a reporter. The Philadelphia 76ers star doesn't shy away from voicing his opinion. During an interview with Mindframe Gaming, Embiid was asked what his first major purchase was after signing an NBA deal. I don't drive, I don't have a license, so no cars, no houses. All I need is video games and basketball. That's what really makes me happy, Embiid said. This is really cool to hear, and while a number of athletes have opted to avoid spending big money on their first contract, Embiid's comments stand out. Chris Paul went shopping. Basketball star Chris Paul made headlines when it was reported that he re-signed to the Houston Rockets with a massive 4-year, $160 million deal. While Paul might be a self-made millionaire with plenty of money in the bank now, at one point he was a refreshingly relatable college kid who was scared of credit cards and would split the bill at TGI Fridays. In 2005, as a sophomore at Wake Forest University, Paul declared for the NBA draft, which meant he was leaving school to go to the big leagues. His agency offered him a $100,000 advance, but his parents insisted $25,000 would do just fine. Still, the $25,000 check was a windfall for Paul. That was the day my life changed, Paul said. The first thing he did was go shopping. I took my girlfriend, my best friend, his girlfriend, and we went to a mall and we went into a couple stores, and I was like, just get something, said Paul. There's no feeling like it, he explained, because we used to go on double dates to TGI Fridays, and when they would come with the bill, we'd be like, 2 bills please. You know, me and my girl, him and his girl. That day, and ever since, it's been 1 bill. Before he had money, Paul was cautious about spending in college. Like many adults, he even had a tough time using credit cards. And before we wrap up this video, we want to thank you for watching and to invite you to subscribe to our channel. Make sure to turn on notifications so that you don't miss any of our videos. And leave your opinion in the comments section. How would you spend all of that money if it was in your hands? Thank you for staying till the end, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Beautifully thrown. You lead him, you don't